Hey there guys, we're going to be going to the Lightning Tyrant and showing a way to do it with a team using almost complete evasion. This is more for the veteran players that have lots and lots of powerful gear and can gear a team like this. If you need like a more budget guide, I'll put a link into the description to my budget clear. But this is a way to do it to kind of remove that randomness from the first two fights with the killing stance that can maybe wipe your team. So the tank is an exception. We're not using evasion on the tank. We're going to use Charlotte because of her limit burst. She's immune to paralyze, confuse, and stone, I think naturally. So that's all we really need for that. Folka is going to be our healer because she can restore mana. She's got full evasion and status immunity. So, full evade, she can't get hurt in the first two battles. Kryla is going to be our passive provoke evasion tanker. Now you'll notice we're not using Ring of the Luci on these units either because you don't want Ring of the Luci for the way we're doing this fight. That's going to cause counters, and counters would be really bad. And make sure Charlotte is not using an elemental weapon. Now Ring of the Luci is okay for the DPS because we're going to kill them off, and therefore they don't really need to avoid Ring of the Luci. But he's full evasion, got some Demon Killer. We're going to be chaining Wind with him. And then Zaan's got a wind weapon. He's full evasion. We're going to be chained with him. Got some Demon Killer. Luci is okay on the DPS because we're going to kill them all. And we're just grabbing a random friend to help with phase 1. Hybrids are good here. Aurora Frievia will speed this up quite a bit because the first boss has really high defense. So Aurora Frievia as a hybrid chainer will speed up that first fight very, very much. You don't need her. You could actually just 5-man this technically, and it would still be totally fine. But, we're making a video. We want to make it a little bit quicker if possible. Okay, so we're going to just, do the usual. We're going to cover magic with Charlotte. We're going to break with Kryla, etc., etc. You want to make sure magic cover is always up. We're going to cover magic. Kryla is going to break the boss with, where is it? Calamity Brew. And that's all we really need to do for this first turn is just Calamity Brew. We're gonna try to be a little bit more mana conservative on Kryla than I usually play her. Alright, we're going to chain Wind with these two. Don't forget Zaan is using a wind weapon. I'm not super familiar with Kryla. Aurora Frievia. I've seen Ganzi use her, so I'm just gonna kind of copy what I see Ganzi do with her. And we're gonna do the immunities with Folka on this first turn. Now, this boss is going to take very, very little damage from our physical chainers because he has huge defense. The damage will mostly be coming from the Frievia friend. Alright, so the boss doesn't get crazy until below 50%. That's when he starts doing things like killing stance and just like wiping out your team almost. Let's go ahead and do a Knight's Command with Charlotte. Kryla can... we'll just put up Dark Covenant with Kryla to get that ready for later. We'll reload our DPS. Now I think we're supposed to, with her, we're supposed to do this, this, and this. I think. Okay, that broke the chain, but next turn we'll chain properly. And then Folka will Teardrop and Water Screen. So now the boss has a small chance to use Killing Stand. It's a much higher chance below 50%. From what I've observed, he might do it, he might not. Yeah, it's a low chance right now. It's higher later. Okay, that was a really tame turn. He won't always be that way, but when we go below 50 here, it's going to be a lot more dangerous. All right, so this will push the boss pretty far. Now this damage is almost totally coming from the Aurora Frievia, just FYI. So let's go ahead and refresh cover with Charlotte. Kryla will apply debilitating, and we'll just debilitating is all we really need to do here. And Folka will, we'll just repeat Teardrop. You know what I should have done with Folka is summon Carbuncle right there, but I didn't. Whoops. Alright, there's Dark Depression. Now the boss can use Killing Stance, and if he does AoEs again, here's Dark Depression. 26,000 damage on your DPS. That's what's killing your team, I promise you. It's the Killing Stance followed by Dark Depression. But you'll notice our entire team took 0 damage, except for the tank, who is obviously very tanky. Because we evaded all that damage. So thank you, Aurora Friavia. We're going to leave you dead, because at this point, you're probably going to die every turn if you don't have evasion. But the boss put up a bunch of buffs. We'll just hinder enchant those away with Fryla to get rid of them. We're going to use Charlotte's Limit here. That's one limit burst to use. You know, we can use a few. It's fine. So we're going to Water Screen, and we'll just put a barrier up so Charlotte survives easier. And we'll keep chipping away at the boss with the DPS. Now, because Friavia died, the boss is going to start dying real slow. That's okay, though. So here's Dark Depression. He might buff himself again and then do another Dark Depression, which is going to deal a ton of damage. Killing Stance, Dark Depression, here we go. We evaded it. See, your team would have taken like 20,000 damage right there. Because the boss does that stupidity. It buffs himself and then attacks you still. It's really unfair. Like, I completely understand why people get irritated with this boss. Alright, so let's go ahead and do our chain again before we dispel him. Alright, so we need to dispel. So we'll have Folka, who was on Carbuncle, by the way. I should have mentioned that. Which gives us Dispel. So we're going to Dispel, and let's re-raise on Charlotte, because she's the only one that has a chance to die here. So we'll guard Charlotte. And we don't have Jinx Pot available, so we'll just do Attack and Magic Break with on-demand stuff. Alright, Dark Depression, we're just evading it all. Ethereal Barrier, not a problem. Killing Stance, Mad Rampage, that would have dealt massive damage to your team, but again, we're evading it. Not a problem. It's just tempting to raise the Friavia and try to let her help, but I'm pretty sure if I raise her, she's going to die again immediately because she's not evading, so what's the point? Charlotte, I'll let you off the bench after these counters. Don't start again. Alright, how's Charlotte's cover looking? 2 turns. We'll probably finish the boss in 2 turns. Oh, maybe. We don't have... The boss did Killing Stance again. He did. Alright, well, first of all, we need the immunities again. So let's put up the immunities. We'll guard Charlotte. Let's see here. We're going to dispel the boss, and we're not going to break him at all. We're going to have no break. We're going to Dark Covenant so we can break the boss again next turn instead. Actually, no, we're going to use Zon to break. Yeah, let's leave in the night. There we go. It's going to break the chain, but I think it's fine. Alright. So now we've got... what's it called? We've got Jinx Pot available again for the good breaks. Alright, so... And this first boss is way harder than the other two are going to be. So let's remove all breaks, or else dispel, and then re-break. Last well, we'll just triple chain. Zon, we'll go back to triple absolute mirror of equity. Okay, one more turn until we win. That's fine. Charlotte, we need to cover here. We're not going to use your limit. We're going to save it for next battle. And we'll just go ahead and heal and re-raise on Charlotte. Because the rest of the team can't take damage. Okay. So we can kill this guy this turn. We're a little bit short on mana for chaining, so we'll just double cast. We'll just double chain instead, which should be totally fine. Yep, we're good. Let's go ahead and summon Carbuncle to get that mission out the way, and then we'll just guard. We're gonna lose all our mana anyway. All right, so this next fight will be way quicker than this one was, like a whole lot quicker. And we're going to be evading all these AoE attacks, so it's not going to hurt us. You know, it's like whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop a second limit of the fight. There's 2 limits done. Folka needs to give us Teardrop. Now we need to use 2 elements on this boss, so we're going to Summer Rush Wind and Water, and then back to Wind. So we can seal his Break Dispel, and what is Absolute Mirror of Equity. So this is a double element seal. Oh, we didn't break his defense yet. It didn't even matter. Like I said, this boss is like 1,000 times easier than the first 2. So we're going to Calamity Brew and well, Dark Anathema. All right, so we pushed the first threshold. We'll push the next one in just a second. Unfortunately, Laswell got confused. I forgot about buffing Confuse Immunity and gearing. I should have geared him for Confuse Immunity. That was my mistake. I hope he doesn't kill anyone. I'll be really sad if he does. Laswell, come on. Oh, Laswell's dual wielding, so he doesn't have any accuracy. He can't kill anyone except Charlotte, but we're lucky he didn't. All right, so that was kind of lucky that he didn't kill anyone. And the boss is going to do it again, too. So I'm going to have to buff immunity and just leave Laswell confused for a minute, which is kind of funny. What frames does Charlotte chain with? Charlotte chains with Absolute Zero. Maybe these can proper chain for a second. Let's see, Absolute Zero and then Bolting. Oh, we didn't quite push it because Charlotte's not dual casting. We almost did. Alright, so let's go ahead and Jinx Pot. And no, we'll just wait. We actually don't need Jinx yet. So Laswell is still confused right now. This is kind of a headache. I made that mistake of not giving him Confuse Immunity because I knew I wasn't going to buff it on turn 1. But yeah, big whoops. Alright, as long as the last one doesn't hit Charlotte, it's like, we'll leave him confused. You know, who cares? Zahn and Charlotte can take care of this horse. Oh, hey, Laswell's not confused anymore. Check that out. Alright, let's Teardrop. We'll go ahead and put up, after we get some mana, we'll put up a Defense and Spirit buff. Now we can chain with Laswell. We're just going to double... Oops, not that. Alright, we're just going to imbue Wind and chain. We'll just double chain. There's no point in like going all out. We're going to just destroy this boss right here. Yeah, pretty easy. Now Charlotte... Or not Charlotte. Kryla will debilitate any boss. We're going to get drained again, which is fine. And as you notice, all these AoEs we're evading. We're taking 0 damage. No matter what the boss does, he can't hurt us. We're completely immune to all his AoEs. Except for Charlotte. So even if the boss did do Killing Stance, which he's not currently doing, you see all this evade. He can't hurt us. We're completely immune to this guy, except for Charlotte, who is our tank and has massive amounts of mitigation. Okay. Charlotte, don't push my buttons. Quit this. Charlotte, no, you're ruining the video. Alright, here we go. So we're going to get some mana back here, once again. Okay, now, remember how I said in the beginning Ring of the Lucii is okay? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and push this boss. Okay, there we go. Boss has been pushed. Remember how I said in the beginning Ring of the Lucii is okay because we're not going to have the DPS in the final fight? We're going to use Kryla to get rid of those DPS. Alright, Soul Swap on Laswell and on Zahn. I'm sorry, but you two are not allowed in the final fight because you can counterattack with that Ring of the Lucii, and we don't want that. Here we go. Final fight time. Disease, we buffed disease immunity earlier with Fulka. Remember on turn 2 we buffed immunity? I had a choice between curing the confusion or buffing immunity. I buffed the immunity on turn 2. Alright, so now we're going to do the typical make him kill himself strategy, which is super easy. You actually only need like just a few units to do this. So Fulka is just going to dual cast every turn, a re-raise on Charlotte, and just a heal for the team. Charlotte will just cover every turn. You actually don't need mitigation or anything. Kryla is going to do the breaks. So for this first turn, we're just going to Calamity Brew and break. You know, you actually might not even need breaks at all. I'm not sure. You probably do want breaks on the main boss. Okay, first turn. Yeah, let's keep breaks on the main boss. We're going to ignore breaks on the other guys. So let's do attack and magic break on this dude. And now we can just repeat. Yeah, we're not going to break the sigils. It don't matter. Okay, so in 9 turns we win. So there is an easy way to do the fight. You know, we're not dealing with randomness in the first 2 fights because all the team is evading. Second fight, same thing. The whole team is evading. If you're doing like an exact copy of this team with Zahn and Laswell, I recommend you bring a hybrid or a mage to make the first fight quicker. You saw how we took off like 70% of the first boss in 2 turns with Aurora Previa. That was all her, and then it took us like 9 more turns to deal the last 30% with our DPS, which is totally fine and all because you know we were basically invulnerable. You know, they can't hurt us, so it was totally fine. But we did all missions. We summoned Carbuncle. We only used 2 limit bursts in the entire fight. We did once in the first fight, once in the second fight. We didn't use any items. So yeah, you know, pretty simple. Pretty simple with the catch that you've got plenty of evasion. Now, if you don't have the evasion, obviously, that. I mean, it's still, if you bring something like Aurora Previa, you can kill that, like 2 Aurora Previas. You can just burst that first boss from like 70 to dead and skip that whole randomness anyway. But overall, yeah, this is the way to do it. You know, on turn 9, the boss is going to kill himself. You've seen my first budget video, possibly, so you know what's happening here. Two more turns. This is, in my opinion, a little bit silly that they put this this thing in here where he kills himself. Like, I mean, it's cool and all, but it kind of cheeses the fight. It really does. But whatever. Maybe the next fixed battle boss will be a lot harder or something. Who knows? You are not worthy. Well, here we go. Turn 9, we win. There it is. All missions, lots of evasion. Took it out, no problem. It took a lot of gear to do it, but you know, it works. It's repeatable. Just gear your team with evasion, and you got it. Alright. There is the all mission clear of Tel-Fulsanis using an Evasion Team. I will see you guys next time.